Hi all, welcome to I1 Barstuff. What we have here before you is the basic package for beer dispense. You have a gas regulator, a cooler and all the fittings. Just for purposes of connecting up today, I've got one of the fonts that are available. There are many others available, all online. You can choose from those. The coupler's the same. For today I've chosen a Grundy. You could choose a Sankey or any other type of coupler depending on what your favourite beer is. What these will come in the packaging, they'll become open. There's gas at the bottom, beer at the top. Gas in, beer. Now what you don't want is your gas coming back out the keg, back up the line, or on a line clean. So when you get your fittings come, they'll be in a packet similar to this. You'll notice there's two differences. One's flat, one's got a ridge in there. The one that's got a ridge has to have the connection fitting on there, and that is for your gas. So your gas can go into the coupler, but it can't come back out. That goes on there, tightens in, and your beer goes on the top. With a spanner, once you've tightened it finger tight, just give it a little turn, a little bit more, not too much more, because you don't want to snap plastic fittings. Just enough to make it a little bit more tighter than finger tight, and you're all good. With the coupler, you'll notice there it's back seated. That's flat. You've got the ridges there so you can connect onto the top. When connected, you'll push down, the valve will come down, you'll twist onto the top of the coupler, and away you go. Place that back up, and what you'll see here is this is your beer pipe first of all, so your beer will go on the top. This can be cut to any length. It's left that size at the moment, and you'll have a selection of speed fits. The way a speed fit works is to push the fitting in until you feel a click. That's locked in. To remove it, you need to push that grey collet back and pull out. So it just simply clicks in, pushes out. So that goes on there, so you get a nice straight line off the top. That goes there. And for today's purposes, I'm using grey pipe, which is for CO2. If you had a mixed gas, it could be white or green or any other colour, but I've just chosen grey for today's purposes because it's on CO2. Your regulator here, you connect to the wall on this type of fitting. You can get the bottom mount fittings on there as well. There is another video that explains how to fit both, but just to show for now, that is connected to there and just screwed in. Always when upright, your bottles and in use, keep them stowed safely and locked up with the chains that come with the system. That comes as part of the pack as well to ensure it doesn't fall on anyone. You can cut this to whichever size that you want, but just for today's purposes of the video, I'm leaving it the length that it is, and I'll just push it into the bottom of there till it clicks. That's correct then. That will connect up to the top of your coupler when you're ready to do so. There is another video explaining exactly how to do that online. Your beer pipe here goes into your beer in. So remove the tap there and push until it clicks. You'll also find it here, you've got another little spare stumpy loom, which looks a little bit strange. The reason you've got one of those is because if you choose a font like this, you haven't got the water recirc connected. So you're going to have your beer's going to come out and straight up to there. Should you choose a font that has a water recirc on, you can use the water out from there, up to your font, chill it all the way around and back down. You then loop your beer in with there to keep it cold all the way up to the top as well. But for today's purposes, and on the basic package, which is this one, you have fittings there which work like this. Take the collets off, remove the collets, push the fitting in, bend the pipe because there's plenty of space for it to bend and not kink, and that will sit there like that. On the outlet there, you connect the cup, push in, and then you've got this pipe here. You can cut this pipe to whichever length you want. If you want it on a font where it's just above, you'll push the fitting into there, snip that down so it's lagged near the bottom. Push it in. And you could, in essence, the shorter the beer line, the better. You could cut it there and then connect. But just for this purpose now, I'm going to leave it full. This is a flow restrictor. Now on a flow restrictor, you've got the thicker end coming in here, and you're going to have the thin end there. This is 3/8. That's 3/16. You cut that back so as you've got less pipe exposed, and then you'll push the two together. That then is the complete system linked up. When you do put your beer on and you pull it through, the way this flow restrictor works is you pull the collet back, move your thumb towards the base, you're going to slow it down. Move your thumb away, so as the shaft moves up, you're going to increase the speed. This will help with dispense. What you'll notice with this type of system is the keg is whatever temperature it is outside. So if it's 15 degrees outside, it's 15. If it's 25, it's going to be 25. In a pub, it's always going to be 12 degrees. It's in a cellar, whether it's 30 outside, whether it's 5 below, it's always going to be 12 degrees because it's chilled or heated to that. When it comes out of here, it gets warmer, and when it goes out, it gets warmer while it's sitting there. A system like this is ideal on a budget range for people that like barbecues or have friends round who are going to be drinking a keg in a day. Put it on, dispense and sell. Or such as a rugby or football club that's having a charity event and they want to put an outdoor bar on for one tap, sell a few kegs, keep it chilled in the cellar before, roll them out and then sell them. Just a job, a basic package like this. However, what you do see is you're going to start getting issues and problems if you have a setup like this that's on all the time. If you're in a home bar or whatever, for instance, you're going to put your heating on when you're using it, your room's going to go up to 23 degrees. Switch it off overnight when you go back in the house, it's going to come down to 2 or 3 degrees. This keg's up, down, up, down, up, down. So you'll see on the second video that I'm going to show you in a bit, a more premium package, which is going to be more beneficial to keep your beer for longer. So it's going to last for weeks rather than days. And you're going to have consistency of pour, just like you get it in a pub. Once you've completed that, pop the drip tray in the tray, and then you're onto your cooler. You'll notice on the cooler, you've got a set of instructions on the top, which says, remove overflow cap. Fill with clean water until it runs from the overflow, allow surplus to run from the overflow, and then replace cap. So just this little red cap here, remove that, top it up. Once it starts to trickle out the bottom there, you've got enough. Think of it like on your sink at home where you've got the little overflow. If that's blocked and you've got the cap in, you're going to carry on up, it's going to overflow over the top, it's going to spill into the tank near the electrics. So you only want to top it up gently until you get a little trickle. As soon as you get that little trickle, you've got enough in there. Do that before you switch it on. And when you do your cooler maintenance each week, when you clean your lines, brush the vent down, ensure it's clear, give it a little spray of condenser cleaner, and then check that your water's okay. But switch your cooler off overnight before you clean your lines, and also leave it off while you clean your lines, because the colder it is in there, more likely it is to freeze on water. It won't freeze on beer, but it will freeze on water. So always, when you do your cooler maintenance, turn the power off, top it up to the desired levels. You shouldn't really ever need to top it up as such. Maybe once a year you might need to put a little tiny trickle in, but it should always hold. It should be fine. But just check the levels just in case, and give it a little brush off once a week, and that's your maintenance sorted.